Hello everyone and welcome to Cynical Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Star Collecting Warhammer the Horus Heresy, and today's video, we're going to take a look at the jet bike riding legion of the White Scars. Now in this video we're going to go through the special rules that make up the White Scars Legion, and then we're going to take a look at some units we recommend to get started with for your force. We'll then look at some other units to expand upon those first couple of initial purchases, and finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own force of the White Scars in Warhammer the Horus Heresy. And so, to begin with, first of all, we have their special rule, and this is Swift of Action. All models with this special rule add +1 to their movement characteristic, and whenever called upon to make a roll to determine which player has the first turn, or which player is trying to seize the initiative, the controlling player of an army whose primary detachment has this special rule can roll an additional dice and discard the lowest rolled dice before determining the result. So, pretty cool. Like, this is going to allow a lot of our units to just be faster on the tabletop in general, but we're also going to have the ability to take the advantage of the game as well away from our opponents in a more likely situation. Both really fun rules that allow us, to dictate the way the game is played and move across the battlefield fast, which does indeed allow us to dictate the game in another way as well. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, where to begin with for our force? For me, a Centurion on Jetbike is a must-have for a White Scars force. I mean, this is the Space Marine Legion, which is all about the jetbikes. And so, a Centurion on Jetbike actually doesn't have a model. What I would do is pick up the Golden Keshig Squadron Unit Champion, and with a head swap and maybe some other bits to decorate them and make them stand out, and, a couple of insignia bits painted on, you've got yourself a really cool unit champion and army leader. Now, with this, you can upgrade the model to have that Legion Shamsir jet bike, which is really cool. This will give you, obviously, the anti-grav cavalry rule, but you'll get Firing Protocols 2, Hammer of Wrath, and a 2+ armor save for having the jet bike. On top of that, as well, you get the Scatterbolt Launcher, which is a template bolt weapon with Strength 5, AP 4, and Assault 1 Shred and Pinning. So some really fun little abilities to have there on your weaponry. Now on top of this, Power Glaives are a fun weapon you can take with a bunch of your characters. These give you +1 strength, AP 3, melee and breaching 5+. And lastly, Cyberhawk. I think this is a really fun upgrade for the force. Now what this does is any unit that has an independent character that's leading it can reroll hit rolls of 1 against a target unit, and then when charging the same target unit as well, they can add 1 to their charge roll. Now, looking at where we can go next, obviously bringing in some Golden Keshig, the squadron of jet bikes dedicated to the White Scars, is definitely where I would go. This unit is equipped with the Kontos Power Lancers, their Strength 10, AP 1, Melee Ungainly Lance, a Brutal 3, Sudden Strike 4, and 2-handed. Now, Ungainly is an interesting rule that applies to these weapons. A model may only attack with this weapon on a turn in which they made a successful charge, but does not gain a bonus for charging or for any special rules that would normally grant additional attacks. So on turns where they're not charging, they actually switch over to using their chainswords. You've then also got Shamsir jet bikes, so you have the same bolt cannons you had on the other jet bike we just previously talked about. On top of that, Hammer of Wrath 1, Hit and Run is a really nice rule on them as well with Relentless, and of course you've got that nice 2+ armor save from your cool jet bikes. Now looking at where to go next, a tactical squad is definitely a must. Doesn't matter what legion you play, tactical squads will serve you well. You get 20 models in a box. This is enough to build up 2 squads of them, but you can also use these with some other bits to convert up and make some of the other unit options available to you, like Assault Marines and your tactical support or heavy support squads as well. Now, tactical squads, in general, they're going to be holding objectives, and in a White Scars force, we definitely want them to be fast around the battlefield, so looking at bringing in a Demos Pattern Rhino is probably a good way to go as well, to give this unit some really solid movement across the table. Now, looking into another unit, assault squads are a really fun option and definitely mix that sort of speed option we want with our White Scars force. They're going to give you dedicated combat units, which is really nice. You can take things like combat shields on all the model, and you can also have a couple of plasma pistols in there as well, up to 3 in the unit, 2 in for every 10 or 1 for every 5, and you can have one on the sergeant as well to give you a little bit of extra anti-armor throughout your force, including maybe putting something like a power fist or melter bombs on the unit sergeant as well. Now, moving on to another unit, we then have our Legion Sky Hunter Squadron. These are our main sort of jet bikes and the basic sort of standard jet bikes. They're a fast attack choice for the army, but what they have over the Golden Keshik is they have the ability to bring some true anti-armor into our force. They have the option for either their heavy bolters as standard, or can take plasma cannons or even multi-melters, which are my favorite choice for them to really give you a fast-moving reactive unit that can do some really good anti-armor hunting for you. The last unit I want to talk about is the Kizagan Assault Speeder Squadron. These are a jet bike unit, or rather a land speeder / jet bike style unit available to the White Scars. Now, they come equipped standard with a Keras assault cannon and 2 Reaper autocannons, which give them a pretty decent anti-armor, or at least light anti-armor arsenal, which can also be used against more heavily armored infantry. And then you can also take things like hunter killer missiles and actually take 2 per model on these as well to give you some really fun little upgrades. Other than that, you do have deep strike on them as well, which can be a really useful stratagem to perform during battle. Firing protocols 4, Harbingers of the Legion, outflank, hit and run, along with relentless obviously as well, give you a really nice solid unit that can fill a variety of different roles within your force. And so here we have our sample army list for the White Scars. Now, we've got 1,000 points here, actually on the nose, so a perfect 1,000 points. We have a Centurion leading the force, and we've gone with Born to the Saddle as our Warlord trait on this model. What this Warlord trait is going to do is the Warlord in all models in the same army with the Legionis Astartes White Scar special rule and the Cavalry unit type ignore the effects of difficult terrain and gain a 4+ invulnerable save against all wounds failed by dangerous terrain tests when they're called upon to make them. This makes our units of jet bikes really super good on the table, enabling them to zip across the battlefield even across dense terrain. In addition as well, we can perform an extra reaction so long as our Warlord is on the table. This, I think, is an impressive ability that's just going to allow you to react more in the game. And then for elites, we've taken a Golden Keshik Squadron. This will go nicely considering our Centurion there is mounted on the Shamsir jet bike, has his Power Glaive, and of course the Cyberhawk in there as well. Troops wise, we have an assault squad with combat shields. We've then got the Legion Astartes assault sergeant there with plasma pistol and a power fist. We've also got 2 other plasma pistols in the squad. A tactical squad with melter bombs on the sergeant for a little bit of anti-armor in case we need it. They're mounted in a Rhino with a hunter killer missile, dozer blade, and a havoc launcher for some nice support to them. We then have a Kizagan Assault Speeder Squadron, which has 2 of the Assault Speeders, and a Sky Hunter Squadron with everyone equipped with multi-melters in there for some great anti-armor support. If you've got some ideas though on starting a White Scars force for the Horus Heresy, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimscold, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Alder and Shot First, Kenny Lowell and Soren. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.